Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Martin Unix, and guys, today I'm gonna bring you another tutorial about dreadlocks maintenance. Guys, today I will be touching more on the best practices that you can adopt to maintain your locks in a healthy manner. Guys, I wanna be touching more on the locksmithing technique. So welcome guys, like my work, comment, share to your friends. To begin with guys, you need to pump in moisture in your locks. On my case, I'm using a leave-in treatment. So try spraying the leave-in treatment from the roots to the ends. This is the best practice to adopt in order to overcome the chances of getting the hair dehydrated. You pump in the leave-in treatment, which has got the essential nutrients that your locks requires. Gently massage the treatment for 5 minutes. Now, by massaging the leave-in treatment, guys, helps stimulate hair follicles on the scalp as well as the hair cuticles, thus enabling the treatment to penetrate with easiness. After doing the leave-in treatment, we need to lock in moisture, starting from the scalp and along the hair strands as well. Guys, I'm using Omega 6. It's a combination of several oils. All these oils, guys, have the best essential nutrients. So let's apply. Guys, you also need to spray the oil along the hair strands. Alright, let's gently spread it evenly along the hair strands. Now this helps to lock in moisture along the hair strands by locking the cuticles as well as locking the hair follicles. Now that way, guys, you will be extending the benefits of the treatment for a longer time. Now we can kick off. Let's begin the retwist process. Guys, you'll find so many loose hair strands along this hinge. So we are going to do the hinge, thereafter deal with the rest of the part. Guys, I will be explaining the best practices to adopt as a way of locksmithing technique. I understand that most people, when doing the locksmithing technique, guys, they usually rub the loose hair along the lock strand. That way, you see, I've just wrapped around the loose hair strands which were lying low on the scalp surface. I've just wrapped them using this locksmithing technique, and the strands seems to be attached to the main strand. Let's do another one as an example. We have loose hair strands which appears to be loose on the scalp. Now to attach such strands by use of the locksmithing process, guys, you have seen people do this method, of which the strands now have been attached to the main strand. But what happens after some time? After doing a wash, or else after wearing a style for quite a longer time, guys, you realize that there are so many hair strands which seems to be poking out of the main lock strand. Now, guys, to adopt a nice practice that can keep the fringed hair attached to the main strand for quite a longer time, use your crochet. This time around, guys, you are not going to use the instant crochet tool. This one, guys, I'm gonna use the crochet latch. Now, considering that the crochet latch is easy to use for everybody, including our beginners, You need to know the best techniques on how to handle such. So let's begin. I'm gonna separate first row that we are going to deal with. So let's kick off, guys. Just part your lock strands. That way. Make sure you pick your ingrowths. This time around, guys, we are not going to wrap loose hair strands along the lock strand. We are going to use our crochet to tuck in the hair strands inside the lock strand. And to begin with, guys, somehow try and wrap the loose hair along the lock strand that way. And this is our loose hair. Guys, use your crochet latch to tuck it inside the lock strand along the length of the strand that way, while working backwards that way. And why am I using this crochet latch? Guys, I'm using this crochet latch because it minimizes the chances of breaking the lock strands, the existing lock strands which are attached to the main lock strand. This is the best crochet latch to use. I'm using the smaller one. This is the bigger one. Now I'm using this smaller one. Now the hair strands are already attached to the main strand. Let's do the same to the next strand. Pick the loose hair, wrap it around. Pick your crochet tool. That way. Just tuck the hair inside the lock strand. This is the best practice, guys, that you can adopt to maintain a healthy hair. If you don't want to use the instant crochet, or else, guys, if you got no idea on how to go about the instant way, this is the best practice that you can adopt as a beginner. Guys, you can have a look. This is the loose hair. Pick it, wrap it around in a clockwise manner along the lock strand. Pick your crochet, and the best thing about this crochet tool is that it has a stopper. So once you insert it inside the lock strand, behind us with easiness, picking the loose hair strands, then locking them and pulling them inside the lock strand without damaging any existing hair strands inside the lock, thus maintaining a good health of your locks that way. Now, this is the best locksmithing method that you can do that can last longer. Just attach the loose hair strands along the lock strand that way. Now we are through with the process of attaching the loose hair along the hair strands. Now we are going to do the retwist. Guys, I'm using this gel here. You can have a look. Let's do the retwist, and make sure you use small amount of gel to avoid buildups. Use very small amount of gel. After application, guys, I'm not going to use a comb to twist my lock strand. I'm gonna use my palms. So we are just going to palm roll, then twist it a little bit. You can have a look on how I just placed that knot on the scalp. This helps to prevent the lock strand from unwinding as you proceed with the rest of the lock strands. So I'm using my professional tip to apply the gel on the lock strands, but I'm not combing the gel, guys. I'm just applying the gel using my professional tip. Then do your palm rolling technique. ensuring a knot on the scalp which offers resistance the lock strand, hence preventing the lock strand from unwinding. Apply your gel using your professional tip, then palm roll the lock strand that way. So remember guys, these are the best practices that you can adopt if you want to have a longer life with your hair. You need to be cautious on all the hair treatments that you expose your lock strands to. Alright guys, whenever you find out that the growth is much wanting on some of the lock strands, you can interlock it once or twice. On my case, I just interlocked this particular strand twice. Then apply your gel and move on. Guys, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my work, comment and share to your friends. You can as well guys join membership as a way of supporting the channel. Feel free to share my work to your friends. I understand that we are approaching the finishing area, and I always leave behind some few strands just to work on them based on what we were just learning, and just for the sake of our beginners. Guys, we said we should avoid as much as possible the locksmithing trend. This is the locksmithing trend, guys. Whenever you find loose hair that appears on the scalp surface, that is the ingrowths as well as strands of hair which are poking out of the lock strand, guys, most of the stylists will always do the locksmithing method as a way of maintenance. After doing the locksmithing method, guys, the process will blind your eye in a way that it might seem that the lock strands are back to the main strand. But whenever you wash your hair, the ends and the loose hair on the scalp emerges. So in order to rectify that and find a permanent solution to the problems that you encounter, guys, we need to use the crochet latch to tuck in the loose hair which appears on the scalp surface as well as the hands. Guys, remember today we are not using the instant crochet tool, which is this one. Now today I'm showing a way on how you can use the crochet latch. And guys, I'm using this smaller crochet latch, not this bigger one, this smaller one. Now this is the way to go, guys. Pick your loose hair, wrap it around once that way in a clockwise manner, then insert your crochet tool and pick the loose hair through the lock strand while working backwards. Repeat the process as usual until the loose hair strands diminishes. That way, all the way. Just do that until the loose hair diminishes. Now, up to this level, guys, you can have a look. The loose hair has already been collected, and collectively, guys, the loose hair has been tucked in permanently to the existing lock strand. Now, you can, if the growth is much longer, guys, you can interlock once at the bottom. That way, just interlock once, or else, guys, you can as well interlock twice. Can interlock twice that way. Now the interlock offers resistance to the already attached loose hair so that it can be held in position forever, as well as managing your growth. So let's do the other remaining strand, just for the sake of our beginners. Let's do the remaining. Remember guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my work, comment positively guys to encourage our beginners, share my work to the world. You can as well guys choose to support the channel by joining membership. That way you interlock twice. Remember I showed you on a different tutorial how you can interlock using your free hand. So you can revisit the channel guys, there are so many tutorials on such. Now we can do the retwist. We said you use your professional tip to apply the gel, but very small amount guys. Can you see it? No, very small amount to avoid leaving behind buildups. Small amount. Then at the base, make sure you do a knot to prevent the lock strand from unraveling. That way, let's do the finishing strand. Wrap it around in a clockwise manner. That way, then leave it at that point. And now this guys becomes our finishing kick. Let's dry the lock strands under the dryer. Guys, I might show you the best temperatures to adopt. So guys, I'm going to dry the hair for the maximum of 12 to 15 minutes and low temperatures guys. I'm going to do 50 for my temperature. Then I'm gonna set my timer to 12 minutes. Guys, why am I doing so? I don't want to interfere with the treatment that we have just pumped in on our lock strands. I want to maintain moisture in our lock strands as well. So let's quickly dry the hair a little bit. Right guys, now we are done. Can I have a look? This was our best lock maintenance practice, and we have dried the hair. You can have a look how the lock strands appear on the scalp surface. It's wow guys. Now have a look at the center part. Our locks are well done. Can I have a quick look at the left side, how the locks appear on the scalp surface, as well as the crown area. Guys, before I did the retwist, I kicked off by doing the haircut, and I promised to bring a tutorial on how to do haircuts as time goes by. So stay locked on the channel guys. Like my work, comment and share to your friends. Thank you guys for staying locked on the channel. I hope my tutorial was quite informative as well as being educative to both our beginners and our pro stylists. Guys, I will be bringing more tutorials of such, so kindly consider subscribing, like my work, comment and share to your friends. So let's meet in the next tutorial for the styling part of it. Thank you.